the Lord, praise the Lord, let the earth hear his voice. Praise the Lord, let the people rejoice. Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give him the glory, great things he has done.
Thank you very much. I've noticed some of you did university anthem. All right, thank you very much for coming. This is for the finalists. This will be your last session here, since you have decided to make it formal, not allow me to see it. But yes, it will be your last session. And of course, our prayers are that everything goes well from now until decades to come, that we build further, that we become better every day. And I know the gentlemen in this room and the ladies in this room are going to be great people. I can see it. I can see the zeal. I can see you are phenomenal. You don't know how much you make me happy. Yes. If we were all women, I guess I would marry everyone. That's the sad part. We don't have. The assumption is that's asking if it's in order to assume. The assumption is that a man of character has to be positive. You have to be optimistic that everything can happen in your favor, you know. And if we have the same spirit, I think, yes, we shall conquer very many lands in this country. Yes, I don't have the money. Anyway, we shall have the welcome speech from the president, and from that, he'll be coming back. He's just welcoming us into the whole session and the function, and then we shall have him later on to give his official remarks.
Praise God. Amen. My name is Benjamin Elapo. I have been serving as president of this very wonderful club, which we all belong to. And I want to take this brief opportunity to welcome each one of you, the Honorable Deputy Chief Justice of the Gill Tribunal. A round of applause for him. Thank you so much for honoring our invite and being here. It's also very, I know when we leave, once we leave this room, all the other people shall qualify to be senior Launchpad. As per now, I think the category of senior Launchpad remains limited. So you're very much welcome. The principal of the Students' Liberation Front, very welcome as well. Let him wave, surely. He could have brought us money from the NRM secretariat. Very much welcome. All the other members, you're so much welcome. This is going to be a good day. It's a good day that the good Lord has made. I know we won't take very long, but you know what can be very sweet, but they cannot replace the place of food. So I know there will be something coming so that we can just wash down. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome each one of you. And I know today will be a very good day. Our Deputy President is in full attendance, and surely I'm going to give her the microphone so that she can hand it over to Mr. Edwin. She says hello to us. She has a very beautiful voice, I assure you. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, my name is Diana Darimanya. I've been serving with Benji. Done a lot of this. But I think we should give him a round of applause. I think the first time I joined Launchpad, it was exciting because you're in year one and you're thinking, wow, like this place is a place I want to stay in. Like we entered and there were the Bayans and Abimanias, Julius. That was the first time. And they gave us refreshments. I was like, I'm not leaving this place again. Like, I had to come. Yeah, but then with time you learn a lot. There are times you maybe not read about something, there are times you don't know what's going on. There are times some of us don't have TVs, you don't watch news. So you find when you come to Launchpad, there are so many things, like it opens your mind. So I want to urge whoever is staying behind to keep going to Launchpad. Launchpad adds something to you. It like makes you a different person. Even the way you think, it helps you speak. So many people couldn't like speak in public, people can't like express themselves. But when you come to Launchpad, it's easy to practice. And these are things we go with outside after we've been here. Most of us will end up going, out there, being in the parliament, being in different spaces. And with this experience we get in Launchpad, I think it helps a lot. So I'm very grateful to each and every one of you for supporting us, for being with us. It's been a good ride. I think it has been a smooth one. We've not had a lot of problems. And I'm grateful. So that's it. And enjoy whatever you're going to eat. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our dear Vice President.
For a single payer, and that is what makes a good leader. If you can be part of something for passion, that really speaks a lot. Yes. So what we are going to do to honor all the senior Launchpaders here, each of them is going to get 1 minute to give us their
for giving me a platform, right? And many people here won't say it, but Launchpad as well has a lot of social capital gain that you get, right? I would not be MP if it was not for Launchpad, I would not be singled out. I would not be singled out by the president to be appointed if he hadn't seen me speak at such platforms, right? And it is Launchpad that does that, because of that ability to give you that platform. Yes, I think that's what I can say in a minute. I really want to thank the Lord. I also want to thank the team for the opportunity, and I hope that this can be able to be continued. Thank you.
Thank the Lord. I think we have to give Lord hand clap for the great help. My friend Eugene has come with a notebook. And, really, someone who carried a notebook from wherever he was. You expect something of wisdom. You expect something like that, wisdom to come out of him, and we are ready to feed on wisdom, sir.
We are ready to get satisfied. Yes. Good evening once again. Okay. It should be okay. Later on. I think I will, through you, moderator, ask that I be given 2 minutes. I have a vote of thanks from some of our former Launchpaders, including the former president. Later, I want to pass it on. But I just want to say it is, they say happiness helps you to keep healthy. Of course. Because there are those days you come, you're stressed. Actually, Tuesday, I should actually say Tuesday is the day we have been having CP for this semester. So you're very stressed when you come from there, but you look forward to going to Launchpad. I really love seeing people express themselves confidently, without fear, without restriction. And I think that is what Launchpad does, and that is what it gives to us. And it is also encouraging, really, to see all years and get intertwined together, year ones, year twos, year threes, year fours, all faculties, business, social sciences, engineering. I think we've done well, really. And the reason why people, because ideally, why people come, if there was nothing useful being discussed, I want to believe that people would not attend. So it is good, and really, I think it has been an honor. I think I should even add the honor of my life to be part of this team. And Gavin talked about the aspect of social capital. I think it is one aspect. I will say Launchpad builds on that to a very large extent. And the people who are still here make sure that it is the reason why even when people have gone to LDC, people have even finished LDC, they are working, they feel compelled to come back because they know there is something here and they want to inspire the people that are left here. So I want to thank all of you for being part of this team and for allowing us to express ourselves, I think. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Ekin, it's my humble request if you can pass on the communication right now.
But I think, not contradict you. The message he has coming from seniors, yeah, it carries a lot of weight. I think we shall, if need be, he will be there on the floor.
I agree.
That brings me to my friend, Jumba Alan Smith. He's known to be one of the greatest political mobilizers. He has, in his capacity, he has delivered 2 presidents. Okay, let me say 3. 1 in Yawan, Wanamba failed. But he delivered Kadaga, he delivered Amponda, he has continuously also delivered Serwata. So really he's a great man, a political mobilizer. He's currently an NRM convert. He was received by Itaegwa. Let me give Lyumbala the microphone really.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. I'm so honored and privileged to be in front of you guys. As they have already introduced me, my name is Jumba Alan Smith. I'm a political activist. Grew up from a political family, and it was the honor of me joining UCU. But I remember very well when I came to UCU in 2018, I was so shy. I was afraid to Junior and Judy, but I could not express myself. Actually, sometime I thought of quitting law school because I could stand or I could sit in some lectures, like Melissa's lecture, and we hear Gavin submit in class. I was like, am I in law school? Should I quit UCU? Should I quit law school? But because my dad. Thank you very much, Mr. MC. I'm so honored and privileged to be in front of you guys. As they have already introduced me, my name is Jumba Alan Smith. I'm a political activist. Grew up from a political family, and it was the honor of me joining UCU. But I remember very well when I came to UCU in 2018, I was so shy. I was afraid to Junior and Judy, but I could not express myself. Actually, sometime I thought of quitting law school because I could stand or I could sit in some lectures, like Melissa's lecture, and we hear Gavin submit in class. I was like, am I in long course? Should I quit UCU? Should I quit law school? But because my dad had paid a lot of money, I couldn't quit. But if I was at McKinley, I would have quit law. But however, when I joined UCU, I got a chance of associating with the big guys, the sort of Bayern, the former MP resident. So I got a chance of joining Launchpad. But the mere fact I could not express myself, I could not start at a pulpit and submit. But however, in my second year and third year, my mindset started changing. I could start, submit, go ahead, give my long points. But actually, I want to thank the moderators in Launchpad. They could support me. They sort of entry. They could support me. They could tell me, Alan, you go make some research. So that helped me to build my research capacity. I've been able to address the occasions. So now I'm a changed person. When I go back to entertainment, I can address masses. Okay, they just wait for council to serve me. So I'm so honored, I'm so privileged, and Launchpad will remain on my heart. Thank you very much.
I think guys, we can just give
An opportunity, the French, I don't know how I can call him, but the French ambassador, the man who has mastered the language of French, maybe he may throw for us a few statements in French to justify the education that he got. Mr. Mhanji, the microphone is yours, sir.
Thank you so much. Just a little French. Good evening in French is bonsoir. Then good morning it's bonjour. Yeah. So when you meet me and you want to bring in that vibe, I won't disappoint. Don't worry. My friend Junior there can testify. So I joined 2018, and as my brother Alan Smith has confessed, Mr. Gavin would oppress me in class. Remember, Gavin is a registration number ahead of me. So it was this writing and study skills lecture. We were told to come and discuss how we shall, propose for a grant. Gavin went in front. Gavin gets just one full stop and gets a full leg out of that full stop. So by the time I was going in front to discuss, I would really feel like, the level is high, I'm now going to put it back to normal. But anyway, in year 1 and year 2, I didn't really frequent Launchpad. I got interest in Launchpad during the lockdown when our officers over there used to organize via Clubhouse. So one thing I learned from this Launchpad is, whereas I had no interest in politics before, because I would get to see more of the bad side, you're seeing people dying and all that. But because of Launchpad, I got interest to know what is really happening in the country. The first thing that made me get involved in politics was the COVID-19 cash bonanza, the way that money disappeared. Since then, when Launchpad brings in the topics, you do research. Even when you go in front, you're going to find our acting moderator. He will ask the moderator acting then to beg the pre-current speaker to leave the floor because he hasn't done research. You get? So it really upped up my research skills, and given the fact that I have an interest in international law, that when they bring in those topics of the Russia-Ukraine conflict and all that, you realize that, well, your own passion has been touched. Yeah. So on the aspect of social capital, all of us here, we are going to be someone out there. Yeah. So get to interact more. Don't just come and maybe raise inquiries and you present and then you go away. You're seeing that Gavin was here from year 1. They have met all the different officers up to when it's now their time to leave. So for my dear brothers and sisters in year 1, I know you're going to really benefit from this Launchpad. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Louis. I have been guided by the president that Mr. Dean should also at least throw us a word in 1 minute. Then he will be followed by the champion, by the President General of the Students' Liberation Front. So Mr. Dean, Mr. Land Deputy Lord Justice, sir, give us a minute.
Sir, if I may correct you, the word is His Lordship.
Thank you so much. If you could permit me to take off my mask. Thank you so much. Good evening to us all. I got to know about Launchpad when I was in my first year, and that is, I think, through my very good friend, Mr. Paya, who I'm very thankful for him he even surpasses the test of being a senior launchpadder, but I think he is something way above that. Historical. Thank you so much for the guidance. Launchpad is a very interesting thing that I found interesting in the way people submit and the way people do research about the topics. And I would like to single out one gentleman, not to ignore the others, but the gentleman seated next there. I'm usually very impressed on how he comes to attend these debates and he actually takes them seriously, and how the moderators have happened to put everything in line and in check. I really appeal to the incoming cabinet to keep it a spirit that is to the publicity, to the topics. This gentleman usually comes and he's submitting statistics. It's very outstanding. Let's give him a round of applause. And to the next bit of it, I would like to thank the outgoing team with the experience that and the inspiration that they have given to us, always encouraging us. I think Mr. President and Mr. Edwin, they're always in my inbox, glad to have you, and it's always important to attend this session. To the young ones, it's very important to be part of such clubs. You may not see the relevance right now, but outside there when everything is maybe at a standstill, you could see the relevance. It could be like maybe when I call Mr. Junior, it will be very important. And lastly, one of the picks I've gotten from this club is that just like, you know, their theme words usually go, shaping future leaders, I feel the mandate to encourage people to research, the improving on the public speech, Mr. Alan Smith has been confessing about that. It's very important. And as the current serving Deputy Chief Justice, I pledge my full support to the incoming cabinet for the Launchpad, whether it is financially, morally, physically, anything that really comes to supporting and growing this club. We really want, for the milestone you've left, would like to add 2 more miles. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, the Lord Justice there. Thank you for your wonderful words. Please, Mr. Leon, in a minute, please give us a word.
Thank you very much. When we were, how I came into Launchpad was not to debate, but it was to recruit. So it was not to recruit the whole of Launchpad. We wanted to get very sharp minds, which we did. We added them to the front. And we continued coming in the Launchpad. I found people like Eugene, people like Junior. By that time, they were not debating in 2019. They used to fear because they were seniors like Brian. But now I see the senior launchpaders. I want to recognize the speaker, Truth Debate Union. Maybe you don't know, she's my boss. Stand up for recognition. She's my boss. I don't speakers sit in front, but she's here. I don't know the organizers really.
Friends, thank you so much. To the incoming cabinet, thank you so much. And it's our prayer that you continue with the same spirit and uphold the principles of the Launchpad. Thank you.
Yes, Wani Daniel, I've already introduced myself. To his question, why me? Actually, about debating, I'm passionate about that. But the why me reason, I wasn't actually aware of the Launchpad debate. But I would love to give a big thank you to Benjamin Elaku. We were friends before, and then he introduced me to the Launchpad. So why you would be seeing only me, I think I would attribute that to the outreach of the Launchpad debate itself. It seems to be known and dominant in the law faculty. To the business faculty, it's something that I thought was actually a new platform for debating. And so I got to know about it earlier last year when I was invited for a session. So if we would improve on our outreach towards every other faculty, I'm pretty sure we'd have people from everywhere, and this debate would have a big impact on us. So why I love the debate is we acquire a lot of skills when we come for these debates. One is we stop looking at the politics of the country or the state of a country in a very simplistic manner that we had before. Because previously it was all about jumping on bandwagons and criticizing policy, even if it's good or bad. What we know is we are going to oppose. But coming to Launchpad, as you present, you'll be seeing these points of information, inquiry, and then you realize, oh yeah, I'm actually not saying the right thing or following the right path. So I would like to give a big thank you to Launchpad for broadening up the perspective of our country and school as well. Thank you very much.
You should learn from this. That Launchpad, you have to appear early. Because if you're a member of the executive branch and you are a latecomer, it's going to disorganize, but also fail Launchpad. So you always have to be there at that particular time. At one time, my friends were asking me, why didn't you become the Launchpad debate president? Why did they fire and trust you in that position? The answer to them was that the reason why Elaku became the president of Launchpad, it's because of his commitment towards Launchpad. I told them, you may, of course I love Launchpad, you may call me, but if someone slept like in the bar, more with this man and this one. And him, so I told them that, and him. So I told them that Launchpad wanted someone who would be there not only for debate, but also for organization. So Mr. Benjamin has always been there for debate and organization. Otherwise, if it wasn't him, these outreaches and all this, they wouldn't be coming through. Take an instance whereby you have to make a flyer every Tuesday. You have to make a flyer. But some of and this needs money, but he has always been there for that activity. For me, it has built a spirit of public speech. It has improved on my love and interest in politics. That's why now I'm happy to tell you that I associate myself with the national platform. Where people are proud of the NRM, but they are proud of the Magere and Kamocha gangs. We are there, that brigade. So, if this is an emotion day, if I decide to speak about Launchpad, I cannot finish. But my urge to the new team, Mr. Fred, I think I'm the one who nominated you to become the president of Launchpad, because I saw a lot of hope, future, courage. I saw a lot of resilience, knowledge in leading this wonderful debate. So, Mr. Fred, please rally your colleagues, push Launchpad further, so that it can become a team. Just like you see, you may not see it today, but you saw a photograph, a picture, which included Asmani Basa. It had the Thomas Kaewa, it had the both. They were all in Makerere in the Guild government. So as we speak now, they are all VVIPs in this country, and they are the people who decide who decide for Ugandans when to eat, how much to buy this and all this. If you can see the gang of 7. Numbers, Semuchung and Mathias Impuka, Wanga Chibumbi, Costa Sibantes out. But that gang of 7, it started all the way from Makeni, the late Jacob Bolanya. So all these were formations that started from here. I know one time, in 5-10 years to come, we shall be with the colleagues and we shall be saying that one was in the Launchpad. That one was my friend. That's like the other people says. How do people live down for Boba in the man I used to slap? he made such a statement on front line. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to me.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, our deputy president is going to give us something that is pertinent. I hope it is understand.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm not going to start. But I think it would be unlike me if I did this unsaid. Like, look at this table. I'm the only woman here. So, it's very disappointing because I know it's not a problem of the club particularly, but I think we as a club need to also put in some effort. We look at the numbers of girls, they've increased, and I'm very impressed. These days, at least every Tuesday, there are quite a number of women who talk. At least every Tuesday we have one, and it's impressive. Before, you would find like none, and I would be in attendance, and I'd be like, no, I'm not going to speak, because they're just things that you're not feeling so bold, maybe of girls fear to speak in front of people. But I think as a Launchpad, we need to step our game up. We need to go out there, look for more girls, let them come, because it feels nice when I see Launchpad with very, very brilliant men. I also want to see very brilliant women here. So my point was majorly that, and I also think it's very important for us as a club to always have a gender balance, because these things go ahead with us in the what? In the future. If we have a panel, there's a time I was on a panel, he had put me on a panel, and I told him I'm not going to be there if there are other girls, because I was the only girl. It wasn't because I like the gender, but because I want to be represented. We all know how women are struggling in this country, even on panels on front line. We have to fight ABS every day on Twitter to get women on panels. Now, these are things I want us to change right from the beginning. Let's stop, because last time I was arguing with someone on Twitter, one of Simon Wanda, and this man had the audacity to say that most women are married, so they can't leave home. There are hundreds of unmarried MPs who can speak, who can appear, but are not called upon. Why? We gave him lists of women, and he still never called them. Because we grow with this intention of maybe men are the only folk who speak on politics. We grow with these mentalities of these things are very pertinent to me. So I need us to start doing better for the women in this country, for the girls in this Launchpad. Let's start now. Because most of you are going to be big political people. Most of you are going to work in journalism, like Mr. the Media Man. Include women in your platform. Include them. Don't just, because honestly, it takes a step. Us as Launchpad, let's find a day where we encourage women to actually come out and step up. As the humanity, Mr. Fred. I think it's pertinent. I'll go on and on and on if I start speaking on these things, but yeah, I think we need to create that gender equality. And I remember Benji listened and we had someone else. So,
Then, what is? Mr. President, I've also been asked to thank you for your sacrifice. Because we have things, people have problems even. But someone makes sure Tuesday, nothing can overshadow Launchpad. And the Crown thanks you for your service. That's your team. Because I don't think you would have worked alone without the Edwins, the Joels, the Juniors, Madam Vice President, Diana, the rest. It has been an honor. It has not been your honor to serve us. We have been honored to be in your presence and to be there at the time when you are in charge of this group. And it should be on record that the numbers that filled that class are historical. And that was one of the reasons I had to thank you personally. The numbers that filled that room. And Mr. Fred, you have big shoes to fill. You have big shoes to fill. What he has done, what the team has done, has been exceptional. Other than that, actually, let me end with a small saying. People are saying that I came with a book, but there is no way you educate without a book. I don't know people who dream and now, yes. To thank As I appreciate, they say, be happy for people when you see them advance. Pray that God gives them more. Do not harbor jealousy, for it will cloud you with darkness.
Thank you very much. So
I've been spoken in the constitution. I've had a challenge of changes because I've been drafting like when some changes draft this, the president said telling me you and me another term. You do this. And I was like, no, I have to go by the rule of law. And I made that we follow the law. So I want to take this opportunity to call upon the General Secretary and the President, and we endorse our constitution, which is the first of the kind for Launchpad. The General Secretary and plus my me, yeah, I myself, and we endorse the first of the kind constitution.
History. You're writing history, man.
Man's signature is outstanding.
Really? What hasn't this team done? As Museveni says, after here, something.
we shall not amend.
Open bar.
I want to officially hand it over to the President. You hand over to the incoming President.
Now we have
Chief Moderator, that's a good day, General Secretary, Mumbere Richard. Treasurer, Namugera Precious. Deputy Treasurer, Kemicha Binta. Yes. Welfare Manager, Shavile Bonita. Legal Advisor, Naluvega Viola. Deputy Legal Advisor, Septimba Edrin. Then co-moderator is Ogwal Dev Chizito. And the current that we have is Public Relations Manager, who is Donu Emmanuel. The other positions haven't been filled. These are people that have been given to all of us by the current government. So it's a great team, as you can see. So, and I believe the previous government, they have chosen the best team. So this is so far our team that you will see that will run Launchpad going forward. And I introduce them to you. To this effect, I think they can have their seats and I proceed. 2017, I read a lot. And when I say I read a lot, not basic. I am a 3K read man. Whoever has read 3,000 books should look for me. I will call you serious. And I know in Uganda we are very few. I don't think there's any. 2017 I had read a lot. So when I joined Launchpad in 2018, first week, the gentleman that joined first week, I was a man. I wanted a platform where I could air out all these things I have tried to appreciate. So when I found Launchpad, I said I am home. And it has forever been home. When I left UCU, shortly, I got busy with my life and left prematurely, but I kept in Launchpad. I always came back here, we debated. When COVID came, I was among the people, together with the president, who said, let's But it's through those hard times that we proudly thought that we pushed Launchpad. So we should clap for us. I remember my friend, he once attended. I remember your voice. So in those days you were there, the senior from SLM. So I remember literally everyone, because those debates I try to attend each and every. So, what have we achieved as Launchpad? We have provided a platform where we can all air our views. But should it be the end? This is what I bring in my new government. So I want to start by thanking the previous government. And I want to start by thanking two people specifically, Benjamin and Namugela. Namugela, I don't know who you were working with, but I will say you because it's you I know. You have pushed Launchpad online. It had never happened. Number two, with Benjamin in your government, we can know Launchpad. We can sit here and eat something. It has never happened. So this is historical, like my friends were trying to say. So, what is Launchpad going forward? So my prayer, I rarely write speeches. Today I try to write something. So my prayer is that Launchpad shouldn't just end with debate, but with real awareness of awful inequalities in the world that are appealing these impelling inequalities in health, in wealth, and in opportunities that condemn millions of people to live in despair. And for this I'll pause. The time Bayern was here as president, I always told him I am tired of political debates. Yes, politics define the way of life, but we can't eat politics. There's something that goes beyond, and I'm thanking your government because it has gone out of the political line in your broad influence. So we debate a lot about new ideas in economics, in politics, get exposure to the advances being made in science. But humanity's greatest advances are not in its discoveries, but in how those discoveries are applied to reduce inequality or iniquity. Humanity's greatest advances in those discoveries. Yes, I've finished that. Now my eyes are deep respect, you'll forgive me. It is all these advances, whether through democracy, strong public education, quality health care, or broad economic opportunities, reducing inequality is the highest human achievement. What is Launchpad's position on the million of children who die of diseases whose solutions we have? What is the importance of this education you are attaining? What is the importance of this debate that we make? What is our position on measles? What is our position on malaria? What is our position on rule of law? What is our position on hepatitis B? What is our position on yellow fever? How could the world let these people die with these diseases? The answer is simple and harsh. The market doesn't reward saving the lives of these children, and governments don't subsidize it. So the children die because their mothers and their fathers have no power in the market and no voice in the system. But you and I have both. The Launchpad has given us that opportunity. We can air out this. So what is lacking is the action. So, members, inside here, we are all being gifted in talent. We have all been gifted in the greatest of the best, which is education. So to what importance is this education we have attained? And what importance should we use it with the Launchpad? So we must look into these problems and take them phenomenal. We can use the growing power of the internet, we can use the broad challenges that we have of the internet and then the broad education we have attained through activism to try and stop these inequalities. I want us one day to wake up, come back 30 years from now and say, Launchpad made me and Launchpad gave me a precursor to solve these problems. I'm not saying this to people who are just seated here and going to remain as members. I'm telling every one of us who is going to go out there, what advantage has Launchpad given you? And to that advantage, to what importance is it going to use as a precursor to change what we all debate in this room? So I'll end with a story. to the new executive and the outgoing government. There was a lady who was rowing into, got his two sons and they were rowing into the sea. When they reached about the midst of it, the middle of there, she told them that, my sons, the water in here is deep. But if there happens and we fall into this water, please don't bleed. So as we go forward, life is going to get hard, even for those who are getting out, even for those who are still in Launchpad. But please don't get hurt. Keep on, pick hold from all that is that. Let it be an inspiration to move forward. Let's build Launchpad beyond the debate. Let's build Launchpad to solving societal problems, because it's what defines us. We are here because of that. Thank you. An assurance, people like assurances. I want to assure you that we are going to do great. I believe you've given me the greatest team, and we are not going to let you down. To the new team, don't assume I will be a bad person. I'm one of the best for those who have related with me. I'm not blowing my own trumpet. We are going to do great. But let's be with the greatness. Let's not just assume greatness and not work towards it. All these things are achievable, but if we work together. And people who are leaving, don't forget us. Always advise us where we go wrong. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Extremely honored.
When we started as a team, one thing we agreed on was our vision has to be clear, where we want to go to. I once told people that during different executive meetings, that our goal as a club is to be at the same pace with the Law Society, either at the same pace or to supersede how they are organized, how they are, just how they run their things. We don't want to be like any other club that wakes up this morning, the next morning this, the next morning. One time we're electing, then after we keep quiet till another time, then we're like, no, we must have a vision. And that vision is still there, that let Launchpad be the club for the students in UCU. The Law Society was our bar, that we must, this is the prototype. We want to pick from here. This is what we want. Yeah, this is how we want to be organized. This is how we want students to see it. So as Launchpad, unlike the Law Society, is open to all students. So we want to have, I think some of you saw a video of some hobbies of Barara or high school saying, we want to dominate Barara. So as the same, as Launchpad Debate Club, we want to dominate UCU. In all faculties, we want to ensure that students are able to be part of this wonderful platform. And that is where we are. That is where the new team is going as well. That business faculty, engineering, health sciences, social sciences, they are able to have a uniting factor, and that is Launchpad. Not just the guild government is the other uniting factor where all students can come together. Then the next one should be the Launchpad Debate Club that will bring students from different faculties to come for the Launchpad. Because I know in our different courses, we are blessed in our unique ways. I want to thank each of you. I want to thank Mr. President and for your guidance during the lockdown. Very many different things. I would be in Soroti there, but they insisted that, guys, we can do something online. I was like, yeah, let's do this. Sometimes I would not be able to, because I'm a retired rugby player, as you see me here. My humility, I'm a retired rugby player, so sometimes I would be on the sessions while joking around, or while knocking someone at the pitch. So it has really been great. Thank you so much, Gavin. Thank you so much, Ivan. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much to the executive team. We could never do this without you. Yes, there are days I felt like this Tuesday pushed me in the library. I saw 4 people coming towards me. I was like, what is this? But they pushed me. They told me, no way. we must have Launchpad today. And one good thing is that on that same day is the day a group of friends told me, how about we are inviting someone to UCU and we want Launchpad to be part of it. We're inviting the government chief whip then. And we want Launchpad to be part of it. And I was like, around dance place there. So I think it was a reward.